Welcome everybody back to Coding Adventures. For this time, we are sorry for this crappy camera again. I'm still on this laptop because I'm using
Yeah,
actually the other laptop right here to install some games. But
he's
yeah,
getting
so I'm
sick.
on this
Uh, like when you
stupid
install
laptop.
Sims while doing something else, you understand that you
Yeah,
have no.
cause and I'm also using an external hard drive, so not external hard drive, external DVD drive, which is like the worst. But anyway, so this is basically the plan for today. First, we need to introduce the great Sahil. Say hi, Sahil.
What is
So
good?
basically, what we're doing today is Sahil's gonna promote one of his new websites that he just made on his SoundCloud for a couple minutes. Then he's going to go to he's gonna make a shooter game in JavaScript, and then we're gonna talk about some APIs later. All
For
right, so
Slack,
go Sahil.
I I'm
Yeah,
kind of I
my
have
brother
not.
said hi, by the way.
Yeah, his boy. I mean I've turned my screen share on, right? Can you see it well? Hello.
Yeah, I can see it fine.
1 second. I'm kind of sick now, so give me a second. Okay, I'm good.
He's just coughing. Don't
Yeah.
mind him.
All right. So I'm a SoundCloud
Droggy.
rapper. Yeah, Raji, that's it. I yeah, I'm a SoundCloud producer, R&B, rapper, and I do also R&B stuff, right? So my website's draji.wordpress.com because WordPress domains are easier to get or whatever. So I got that. Pretty nice looking website, I'd say. Go to this website, nice, like introduce you with this stuff. You got your home, right? Like some text right here. My links page, links
Yeah,
here. And
link
then
will be
this
in the
should
bio.
there isn't usually an image here. I'm gonna done something to it. I'll fix that in a bit. There's like my logos right here. I'm gonna go to my news section, and this is gonna be like alerting you new stuff that's happening now. I'm currently working on an R&B single called Down. So when that gets when that's released, if you want to find out when that's released, I'll put stuff on my website. Like for example, I have this blog. I posted one thing. Sorry, yesterday. Well, it was like 12:04 in the morning. So it's like 2 days ago, but like yesterday. Or sorry, 2 days ago, or something like that. Technically it was yesterday. So okay. So this is like my blog page. You can go back to my home site, and then so I mainly like all my music's posted on SoundCloud, right? So you can click on this link to bring you on to SoundCloud. This is my page. Yes, and
Yeah,
if you want to
beautiful.
follow, yes, sorry. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I got my Twitter link right here, and then just follow me if you want. Like, oh cool, I got 2 followers. Did not know about that. Okay, I don't know what that is. Yeah, so this is where I post stuff about how I'm doing on on songs and stuff or any like funny stuff. I'll post anything on Twitter. I don't really like using every single social media. It's just like too much for me. So I mean, like, I might get
Yeah, I mostly
Insta.
just use Twitter too for
Yeah, like
with
social so,
businesses. You mainly want to use more Twitter than Instagram.
yeah. I don't really like Insta that much.
Yeah,
With
many people just stick to Facebook and Twitter.
I don't like Facebook. Facebook looks really outdated. So I mean,
Just
I might get Insta or something like later. I'm probably not, I'm not gonna touch it much. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'm gonna stick to Twitter. So yeah, like do this if you'd like. As you can see, I'm a weekend fanatic. Okay,
all right. So
that's
let's
overview.
get what we're here for.
Okay, can you
Oh
tell
yeah,
me?
and
Can you
sorry
tell me?
about like the Pong game that we're not continuing the Pong games.
Yeah, it's
Sahil,
like you can find a bunch of
yeah,
tutorials for that. I didn't think that's
and
something interesting I wanted to do.
Sahil didn't know how to do it. It's too hard
I
for
know I
him.
didn't know.
Mhm,
This is actually harder, but it's more fun to
all right.
make.
So what program are we using today? This doesn't look
So
like
we're still using
P5.
p5.js. Let me just load that up real quick. If you haven't watched previous podcasts, oh, this is
But that was P5.js.
sorry. Yes, this
It
is
didn't look
p5.
like it.
But I'm using a different application. So you have
Yeah.
a
So what
P5 application,
application?
right? The
Oh, so wait.
application I'm using now is called it's. You can use any editor you want, but I think what I recommend, like the coding train, that's the person I go off of on YouTube. I recommend him. He uses this editor called Brackets, and it is very useful. And some
So which
more,
editor are you gonna use for this video?
I'm gonna
Brackets.
use Brackets. Yeah, I'm not
All
gonna
right.
use P5 much. I'll mainly stick to Bracket. I might open that once in a while, but oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stick to
All right. So I
Brackets.
might be muted for a couple minutes. All right.
Okay, so see you in a bit. So, what we're doing now is we're going to create like a top-down shooter, and you have your character in the center, and then the character your character is going to be like your character's like wherever you point, it's gonna like kind of like shoot like or an orb or some type of like weapon towards it, like bullet or something, whatever floats your boat. I don't know. I can't believe I just said that. Okay, so what do we want to start off with? Okay, first let's create the canvas, right? I always like having a 4:3 aspect ratio. So like x like the x to y is gonna be like the width to height is gonna be 4:3. So I'm gonna stick to 1,000 pixels to 750. And a second. Give me 1 second. I gotta do something very quickly.
All right. So anyway, while he's doing that, what's gonna happen is later when he's done with that, I'm gonna be talking about Slack APIs, and basically those are just things that you will be able to use to build apps for Slack. There's some apps already available on GitHub. If you go to something like if you just search like Slack Connect 4 bot, and it will bring you to a GitHub page, and there would also be like a little purple box that says deploy to Heroku. And what Heroku kind of is, it's like a cloud hosting service for Slack apps,
Whenever you're ready.
which we'll go into later. So I'm gonna direct this back to Sahil,
Sorry about that.
and here you go.
Okay. Okay. So we left off where I just create this canvas, right?
And
4:3.
again, I might just be muted. So
4:3 aspect ratio. I'll just run this. Oh, this is like for brackets. Like it's not that hard to use. That's just like it's a weird symbol for like the run button. So that creates 1,000 by 750 canvas. Oh my god, I'm very sick. So you create the canvas, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a player, right? So I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have this a function called create entity or something. I'll call it entity. I'll explain what I do with this later. So P5 has a built-in thing, like I think I talked about this before, where it's like a function called create vector, and it's gonna return an object with x and y components. So I'm gonna put in a position, because you want to know where to draw it, right? Position, rotation. Actually, I'm not gonna work on rotation. That's something a bit more complex. Size, position, and size, right? And then yeah, so that's we're gonna base the entity off of. And I'm gonna add in, I don't know, a color. How would I do this? You know what? I'm gonna do this. I usually, what makes it easier for me is if I have like a bunch of parameters, I just put it in an object called options. I'll explain what to do this later. This gets a bit complex. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign the values, right? So we're gonna say this dot position, the value of, sorry, when we instantiate, or like when we create a new instance of an entity, whenever we create a new entity, an entity could be like any object in the game. We're going to assign a position. So we're going to say this dot position equals the position you passed in for the parameter. This dot size equals size you passed in. And then see, options can have one or two values. Since options are going to be like an object like this, I'll show you, like an object like that, you can put values in it like x. I don't know, x is 10, y is 5, or something like that. You put values in. That's what an object would look like, right? I don't know, var x, var, I'll call it his or something like that. That's gonna equal this. That's an object, right? This is what an object looks like. You can look it up if you don't know much about it. I'm reading my closer now. Okay. So if there's no option, if there's no like values for the options, we're just gonna give it a default value. So we're gonna say this dot options. So assign the value of this instance of every instance of objects to be equal to the options you passed in. Or you could see like in if statements or booleans, you can always use this or thing. I flicker on my keys a lot, just something weird about me. With options, or we can also assign it like like its own object. So we'll work on that later. So we're gonna let me create a function called don't do this. If you're gonna create a function within an object, don't do this. I'm gonna call it draw. It already is a draw thing. Space this out, just me. That's what I like to do. It already is a draw thing, but it's gonna be this dot draw with capital D, so it's fine. Don't do this. If you don't create a function within an object, do it like this. You're gonna say this dot draw, like we did for everything else. So dot draw equals function. we go. That's how you create the function for that. Okay, and then work on that in a bit. Let me just set the rectangle mode to center so that whenever we draw a rectangle, it's going to be drawn at the center of the coordinates. The shape will be drawn at the center of whatever coordinates we specify for it. Okay, this is how drawing this function. Okay, so what would you here? I'm just going to assume all the objects are like circles, like ellipses, perfect circles, because it's just easier to work with. You can also do rectangles, which isn't too hard, but I don't know, it's a lot of work, so I might just do circles for all the entities. Okay.
So now with this program, I see like on the side with the brackets program that there's like the index.html.
Yeah,
that...
I should have introduced that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what does that do? That like, do you have to add anything to that? Like when you want to add the rectangles, or does the JavaScript file automatically?
So as you can see here, this already references all the libraries. This is why I like the brackets. You can open up multiple tabs at once. So this is index.html. So what this is doing is you can see it says script source, and it's gonna pull up a JavaScript file. So it's gonna go in my libraries folder here, and I have like 3 files: p5.js, p5.dom.js, p5.sound.js. You can see all these you can see all this stuff, like all the actual code behind it. So if you'd like to, you can like edit this. I wouldn't recommend it because if there's a new version of P5 comes out and you use your edited version, what I'd recommend is like what I do is like I can show you really quickly if I want. I'll just explain it. I made my own extension of p5.js, which it makes it easier for me to use it, but it doesn't make code repetitive. The only reason for p5.js is that you don't have to like copy paste this code, all this code whenever you start a program, right? It has a bunch of code in it, so you just reference the file. So this index.html is like the web page, and it references these.
But now, when you like draw like new rectangles or whatever, and you do like the position, the HTML file pulls it from the JavaScript file.
Yes.
Like you don't need to add any of those shapes to index.html.
No, because index is referencing this script file, right? This JavaScript file, and this takes care of everything. So this is just drawing. This is drawing everything. This is where all the math, all that.
So like kind of like C#, how you have like maybe if you have like Windows Forms or something, you would have form1.cs and you would have program.cs, and program.cs would say, load up form1 first, and then all the code would be in form1 that you would want to use.
Basically, yes.
It's kind of like HTML is like the program.cs, and then your .js file is like a form file that creates everything.
That would be a good comparison if people are familiar with C#, but if you're not, then it sucks. Okay, so like I said, this is the main web page. This is where it pulls all like the code behind for this. HTML itself, like there's like debates or whatever if it's a programming language. I don't think it is. It's a language, but it stands for hypertext markup language. So just for just for web pages. So don't think of this as code. It's not that hard to learn. I'd say it's much easier than JavaScript, but I don't know it that well.
But then if you wanted to design like an HTML website, and you wanted to like draw and design things, would you have to use a JavaScript file? You can do that all in HTML. So
if you want to draw things in a Canvas, let me show you this real quick.
Can you do it without using JavaScript?
Like if you want to draw and animate things on a canvas, like this level of complexity, no, you can't. You can do like simple images. You can do it like images rotating.
Like, can you write text on like a canvas using HTML without having like a JavaScript source file?
Yes, you can write text.
Because I seen before, like you could do like a header 1 and a body.
Yeah. Okay. So let me explain. I'm gonna go to my website real quick, just for example. All websites are built in HTML, right? So what do you call it? You can you've probably done this before, but right click inspect element. It's going to give you all the HTML behind it. You can see everything here is written in HTML. You got like div tags, script source, and this is where it pulls its scripts from. This is where it pulls the scripts from for the thing. So yeah, this has something for it and everything native to the website. And you have like a head. You have a head tag, header tag. You got an HTML tag declare it's an HTML thing. You got a bunch of stuff here. A body, header. Yeah. This is what we're talking about. Header class. This is like. It's like it displays like. It's kind of like what do you call it?
So you can just do this all with like HTML.
Yeah. There's like one website I really recommend for getting first before you do anything P5. I did this for like a year. I recommend going to the website called w3schools.com. It'll teach you everything you want to know on styling your HTML, and adding scripts to it through JavaScript. HTML. CSS is you've heard of this, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So CSS is basically for styling your
Yeah,
HTML.
it's called like a markup. It's like CSS is like it's like common script something styling something, but it's basically like how you design HTML.
It stands for
Yeah,
cascading style
yeah,
sheets.
yeah.
Or
It's like style. I know it's like style something. I don't know, but yeah, it's basically like what you
yeah.
use to design
But let's just real quick
HTML.
because like there are there like two things I
Just
remember.
search up just search up CSS and it will pop up.
Cascading style sheets. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
All
So then
right.
you got server-side languages, templates, and XML. This is something a much of more complex stuff we can learn later. JSON
All right. So
files.
yeah. Anyway, it's like running late, so like
Much
let's try to
complex.
finish this up.
Well, it's kind of cool on P5. You can do some simple stuff with your what do you call it, with the HTML page like this. I just want to really quick see if this is a canvas or not. Just give me a second. That is a canvas. Yes, this whole thing is a canvas. Yeah, that's why it's changing weird things. Let me just refresh. This is kind of trippy for me. Okay, cool. Blah, blah, blah.
All right. So
I don't have much time. I'm wasting much time. Okay, so back to the code. So this is our draw. What we're gonna do? Wait, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna create a list of entities called entities, very generic name. And then what we're gonna do is after the creation of this entity, we're gonna push it, which means we're gonna add it to the end of the list of entities. Talked about this in our last Pong thing. I'm coughing so much. Push. Oh my god. Entities, not push that entities. It's gonna push a value to the end of the array. For entities, we're gonna push this because we're pushing this entity with the new instance that we created of it. So position, size, it's the options equal option. I'm gonna get rid of options for now. That we can work on later. That's that's a bit more complex. I don't know why I'm using that now. Oh my god. Okay, so how about this? We're gonna do this. We're gonna say for player. Okay, and then you could like specify all the values here. You can say, oh, if you want to say it equals 5, you can do that. But I like doing everything in setup. New player equals new. Give me a new entity. Okay. And pass in position, so I'm gonna use the built-in create vector. X and Y, right? So how about we put it width over 2 height? Should I really do that? I'm gonna make life easier for us. Okay, so I'm gonna get into this very quickly. The origin point of your kit.
just like a quick side note, like as I was saying before, I'm using my computer, my other computer, the good computer that I should be using to do these. Like apparently, like it's like a Dell computer, but it's like one of those Inspiron computers, so it's like built good. It has like good internals, but like sometimes it can run like really crazy. And like what it's been doing now is like sometimes when I'm installing things like heavy install, like 5 GB install files, it kind of like crashes and like it doesn't like slow down, but like Windows Explorer crashes. I have to restart the whole computer. And also too, um, just a quick FYI while we're in the middle of this,
I'm ready.
but just a quick FYI, what's basically happened, like this is a good antivirus if you ever use this. It's called Norton Security. So like a really good high end antivirus, but what it can do sometimes is like crash and like usually it shows up in your taskbar to let you know if it's
Join our
running.
hangout.
But if it but if it never like shows up in your taskbar like one time when you boot, and or if you ever have any problems with Norton Security, just restart your computer. We'll go right back to normal.
I don't feel safe.
All right, just go back to what you were doing.
Yeah. Okay. So what was I explaining? I was here. Okay. So this is the canvas, right? The origin point. Let me draw a rectangle here.
Just so you know, if you're watching this somewhere else, it's like 9:30 p.m. here. We're kind of tired, but we needed to bring you a video, so yeah.
Oh my god, no, that's not good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had some Migos in the background before this, so I mean, like, oh my God, sorry.
We're just having some fun here.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, so I'm gonna make this let's make it like a better red, a little darker. That's right. I just know Migos fight me. Don't actually though. I probably lose. Yeah, alright, so
Keep
instead
it
of draw,
appropriate to heal.
so right here you can see the rectangle is kind of like being drawn at the origin point here. But what if we move the origin point of the canvas? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna translate this to the center of the canvas. Translate width over 2, height over 2. So it's gonna take the width, take half of that. It's take the height and take half of that. This should be the direct center point of the canvas. If we do this, now the rectangle should be drawn at the center. We just move the whole coordinate system. I could visualize this, but the people already do that. Since we just like move the whole coordinate system to the center, it's easy to work off that. So that's what I like to do. Okay, so sorry. So like let's say we want to make the let's say we want to draw it in the, like in the middle of the screen, right? You can see here it draws it at point 0, 0, right, for coordinates. That's because it's not drawing at the top left, right? That 0, everything is shifted to that. You can also rotate the canvas. I'll do that real quick. Rotate. It's gonna be in radians, right? So I'm gonna do this radians of degree. I'm gonna degrees value. There you go. So I took. So how this is all based off. Oh my god, I thought it closed. It's all based off of 90 degrees, right? So 90 degrees would be one whole rotation. Put a 90. It's gonna like. So 360 is a whole rotation, right? How do I do? I'm gonna make life easier for this. Okay, so I'm gonna have no rotation on it for now, right? I'm gonna draw a line, and then a line. I gotta explain the whole coordinate system now. Let's move from 0, 0 to like 100, local 100, 0. Okay, so this is with no rotation on. I drew a line like that. Let me make it like a bit more apparent. 500, 400, 300, 300, 300 should be good. There we go. And now what we can do is if you rotate this, right? Let's rotate it like on its side, right?
Okay,
Now,
so
as you can see, it got like rotated this way. Before it was facing this way. So we're rotating the whole canvas coordinates.
So we're gonna kind of do like what we did with the Pong, right? Like where every time you move your mouse, that like line in that rectangle is gonna move with your mouse.
Smart. You're a
You're welcome. See.
I had no idea what to do. I guess I can just draw a line or something. I'm not gonna draw a line.
I mean, even if you can, I think you're better off doing that. Like, represent like that red square. Like, just do it like as a rectangle. Okay. He's coughing. I'm sorry about this. He's very sick. Everybody's getting sick lately. Don't forget to unmute your mic.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good job. All right.
Yeah.
So what I think you should do is you should take that red rectangle, make it straight, and then just have like the mouse move with that line, kind of like a tank, and like its nose going out and like going around.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just keep that like just square, and then just have like the line move around with like around the
real quick,
square.
I'm just gonna consider I'm gonna add a rotation thing to this because we have to track the rotation of it, right? So
yeah, but like the rectangle you can keep in the center, just like track the rotation of the line. You just have like the line move and keep this the square in the center.
I like keeping everything oriented so it's easier to work with because like if there are a bunch of bugs, I gotta remake the whole player. But if you're based off this one entity class, it's easy to use. So yeah, I'll keep the rectangle thing. So this rotation equals rotation. I'm just gonna speed code. Can you explain this at the end or something? Nick, can I explain this at the end or something?
Yeah, whenever's good for you. And if anything, kind of like at 10 o'clock, it's getting late. So if 10 o'clock, if wherever we're at, we'll stop, and then this will actually continue up with, because it's kind of like a actual better than Pong. Like Pong is all over the place that you can search up, but this will will actually carry over into a part 2. We
Here we go.
promise this time.
Position dot x position. I'm drawing a circle now. For the I'm just gonna use circles. I don't know why I kept rectangle, but let's keep doing because use rectangle already. Size dot x, size dot y, in pixels. Okay. So we created that ellipse. How do I do this? By player equal push to the right. Player equals new entity. And position it should do create vector 0, 0. We can also do this. But I mean, it looks kind of weird. So I'll just do this. Create vector x, y, 0, comma 0. And then rotation, right? So I'll have. I mean, rotation, it's not going to be a vector. Rotation is going to be one thing. I'll keep it at 0. I'll explain how this works in a bit. 0 and then create vector. No, it has to be, this is all built in P5 commands. Sorry. There's like a button you just mute the bike. Like I'm gonna cough every single second. Like vision. I don't think he's here.
You cough. What it happens?
No, it's not healthy.
Why isn't it healthy? You're sick. What are you gonna do?
Good. I'm sorry. I'm kind of moody. Okay. You know, like, I'll keep it age appropriate thing. I'm sorry. This would be a good time to play the laugh button, isn't it? No. Okay. You're lost. Okay, so I'm gonna make a function called okay. Call this draw entities. And it's gonna draw all the entities in the area. It's gonna draw all the entities in the entity list that we created. So all the entities in the view, for the most part. I'll make a for loop that goes through every single entity in the list. I just then entities already has it there. Cool. That's why I like this. Brackies. Not brackets. Not brackies. That's a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. Oh my god. Okay. New entities.
I watch him too sometimes.
Well, you know who Brackies is?
I know who Brackies is. We all know who these. I know the coding train too. We all know our good old developer YouTubers. I know who the coding. I subscribe to the coding train.
So you know what P5 is?
Yeah, I know what P5 is.
You don't.
I only thought it was Mac because I always saw that on here and I would always
heard of P5 in your life.
Yeah, I've heard of P5.
Well, no. You don't know anything about JavaScript.
Okay.
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 I told you. Yeah, Brackies says Unity and stuff. Recommend him. When I was
if you want to know like Unity and like building like heavy Unity games, go to him. Like he does like a lot of like
I watched it for a year.
2D shooters, 3D shooters.
2D shooters, just shooters in multiple dimensions.
Yeah, he usually does like shooters, multiplayer FPS.
That's guy's awesome, right? I might go back into game development soon. Now I'm like, focusing on music or whatever. I might hobbies change.
Yeah, especially because like what you can do now with Unity and Visual Studio and like the new Visual Studio.
If you have old stuff, it was like hard to do.
No, but I'm saying like if you have like updated Unity and updated Visual Studio, and you use like C# to use the Unity, you do like a Windows Universal Platform app with Unity. What you're able to do is hook it up to your Xbox and play the game from your Xbox, and test it out on your Xbox.
Oh, yes.
What would you do now? What'd you do now?
I'm not smart.
We know. It's okay.
There you go. Is that a cricket sound?
Yes, that's a cricket sound. Explain what you're doing as you're typing, Sahil. It's very.
Okay, yeah, I'm not add no stroke to this. Because it looks kind of like pixelated. I don't know why. That echo was killing me. Yeah, I don't know why it's so like weird like that. It shouldn't be. There's
So,
I don't, sometimes it just
so
happens.
what are you doing now? You're making it a circle instead of a square.
Yeah, circles are easier to work with me. Very new entity, and then I'm not narrating anything. I'm sorry. Okay. So how about just to test this out? I'm gonna do this. Uh, this dot rotation. No, let's do it before this. Dot rotation equals. I'm gonna keep this in degrees, and then I'll convert that to radians. Okay. All I'm gonna do here is draw. You can draw that. Before we do that, we're gonna do that's physically draw. Do your calculations before you physically draw something. If you want it to work. Rotate this dot rotation. Well, not radians of this. So, radians. I'm gonna set the frame rate to be 40. Right here. That's gonna run. That means it update's gonna draw's gonna run 40 times a second. Oh my god, my capitals. 40, put it in here. Parentheses. Bunch of bugs like this, like semicolons, parentheses, like major bug thing. Oh, you can't even see. Oh yeah, I can draw a line there. It's fine. How about this? I'll have line visible. Okay, I'm gonna say this dot line visible. So basically, what's gonna do here is like if it's visible, then it's gonna show a line. This dot line visible. Oh, why is that not a function? Equals line visible. Okay, and then I'm gonna say here if line visible. If this dot line visible, sorry. Visible, draw line from. Here's I'm gonna do this dot position dot x. I'm just gonna draw a line out. I'll show you. X. This dot position dot y. Dot position dot x. Let's do plus 300. Y. Why do I feel like I screwed this up? Well, let's find out. Oh, I was here. Oh, that just kind of ruined the whole thing. Never close brackets like that. Make sure.
There's that famous wallpaper again.
Stop! That's not even me. That's my G. Alright, that's done. That's whack. What did I do wrong? That's just the. I'm not even using matter.js. What are you? Okay, this dot line visible. I set this to true. Line the other. Stop drawing a line, man. Any ideas? How would you do this?
What happened? I wasn't paying attention.
Good.
Okay.
There's no point in this. I'll just say 0 plus 30. 0 plus 300, sorry. Yo, why is this line not showing up? This line's not showing up, Nick. Like, any ideas?
I don't know. Oh, I was doing that right. Update in progress. Please wait for like the past 2 minutes, because installing many packs to the
Why is line
Sims.
not working?
What did you do? Wait, show me. So wait, what do you?
Oh,
So you
sorry.
drew? Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Please don't
yes.
touch that. I consider this harassment.
So wait, so what was happening?
So like, I'm trying to like.
But did you draw? Did you declare the line?
Did I declare? Yes, I declared the line, Nick.
Did you draw the line?
Yes, I did.
You just no, you didn't. You just said line and you gave it dimensions. I don't know JavaScript. Don't yell at me.
Oh shit! 1 second.
Yes, 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 yes. Your microphone's still muted, by the way. Oh, please wait. System processing.
Just to make you happy.
There we go. That's the wrong. Yeah.
Why does that lure you?
I love that picture.
It's not me. Lines.
Who
There's
is
no
it?
line two. Some G in my family named Draji.
You did line already. You did line.
They don't have to know. Oh, I'm stupid.
Yes.
Wow. I said
I'm
no
sorry
stroke.
about
I said no stroke. I'm a G.
What do you mean you said no stroke?
Oh, shit.
I don't know what that means.
No stroke means something.
It means good job. Good job. That deserves a real life clap.
No, it's not rotating.
5 minutes for
No!
10 o'clock. Time goes by. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
You're hurting me.
I'll be muted for a
There is
couple
no this
seconds.
dot rotation.
Hold on.
This dot. Reference to this dot, the coding tree. Undo rotate. Radians of this dot rotation. Sweet beans. Oh, clear dot rotation. Nice. Okay, that's trippy. That hurts. You see this too, right?
What'd you do? Oh, because you just keep drawing and you do
it's not
clear it every
yet.
time. Yeah.
Look at around it. That's some.
That looks cool though.
I'm gonna save this.
Save image as.
Beautiful. What? Oh, transparent.
Why did the update fail? I don't want the update to fail.
You got this.
Jizz.
Jizz. Slayer.
What are you doing?
Daddy.
Oh, you're doing filters.
That's so cool.
Alright, so you know what?
Bathe in that.
So we'll. Oh, yes. So we will be ending this lovely podcast here. No.
Stop.
Fine.
Okay.
Go.
All right. What? Nick, what'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Did everything by creating this podcast. I'm just joking, guys. I love you all.
No, he doesn't. He's lying.
Yes, I do.
Yay! All right. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I'll
wait. But you're not even moving your mouse. It's just rotating.
Yes. Genius.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Let me read one second. This is the last thing I do. I'm just gonna switch it up. I'm just gonna JavaScript. How to get Angular.
But didn't you do that when we did Pong, how to
Oh.
have it follow your mouse? What do you mean angle between points?
So maybe 2 points until you math.a10 or angle into. I want it in radians, right? So
See, even all good developers use GitHub and Stack Overflow.
He's with his
If you
ad.
ever have any question, you always go to Stack Overflow. You always search on Slack Overflow because Slack Overflow. I know GitHub Gist is new, but
No, it's not. It's
yes,
years.
it is. No,
Years.
it's not. Stack Overflow is better though. Stack Overflow is actually pretty good for any questions you have on any coding language, HTML,
I
C
love.
Sharp, C++, JavaScript. Go name all the
Good, you
coding
do it.
languages you know.
Oh, okay.
Go.
It's
Fine.
gonna be a long list.
C, C++,
Me? What I know?
C Sharp, JavaScript, Java, HTML is a scripting language. I'm sorry. Ruby on Rails. I said Java.
How do you know I know all these?
Python. That's all I
You're a
know.
stalker. How do you know I know these?
Go. What do you
How do
know? Go.
How-
No,
how-
not like no, just like
Yeah,
ones
language,
that you've
language.
heard of.
What do you mean? No, I mean all those
You have
languages listed.
Photoshop?
Yeah, for free.
Or is that the trial?
Oh
Oh, that's
no,
the hack that I told
it's
you.
it's the try. Yeah, shut. No, if I tell everybody, then everyone's gonna do it. And then,
No,
like,
it's
gonna.
a patch
Shut.
that Adobe.
No.
No, it's something that Adobe can't patch because if they patch it, their software would never work again. Basically, what you do is when you run
That's
the
a lie.
trial, when you run the trial version of like any Adobe software, and you go into the program files and you go to the application.xml, like I showed you how to save using XAML. They save the product keys in the
Xamarin?
XAML. And what you're
Xamarin?
able to do is every 7 days, what you're able to do is you can go into
Xamarin?
that XAML file and you can actually edit the
Xamarin?
you can actually like change a number in the serial key and it'll reactivate it for another 7 days. You can do that as many times as you want. So yeah.
I feel like I just broke this.
It's 10 o'clock.
Why is it so wonky?
All right. So it's probably
Stop.
because
So I fell asleep in science. It's weird.
it's probably because the broadcast.
No, it's not. It's not latency.
All right. So
Stop. No.
anyway, nope. I'm sorry. This is the end of this podcast.
Oh no! I know. I actually know why. Stop. Give me a second.
Okay. You got like 2 minutes.
Thank you, Bud. Thank you. I was trying to call you Bud and Bro, so I called you Bud. I thought you were gonna like say something. About like your Zemin.
No, I can't do my Slack API because we need to finish that first. So we'll carry this into Coding Adventures 4.2. All right. Finally.
Now I know.
Okay. Come on.
I'm draw this to be I'm drawn to be like up to the point of the mouse. So it's gonna be like this top position that I'm drawn to be no. Make you hurt me.
What happened? Sure.
Yes, sure. Yes. Give me a second.
1 moment while I go check my phone for 6
Have
digit
fun. Mouse X minus v/2 plus y minus height over 2. I broke this. Probably.
Okay, I'm back.
It's semi-working.
Okay. So we good now?
Yes, okay, so I'm gonna end this off right now. Nick got to say
So
nothing.
yeah, so that's it for today.
Oh, what is
so
this?
yeah, I know, but we'll do a Coding Adventures 4.2 where we'll finish this up. So Sahil, you can stop sharing your screen once he's done coughing, and Sahil will say goodbye. All right,
Can they
bye.
see me?
Yes, now they can.
Check out like my check out my SoundCloud and stuff.